Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. This is our Beast Tamer Bard build, episode 57. And we have officially, I've been avoiding doing this, but we have officially gone in and fucked with our difficulty options. So we are now on custom. We have been on core this entire time. We're now on custom, and the only thing that we have changed, and this does kind of like, I get it. Oh, core hard, unfair, you can't retrain, right? But that's all we've changed, is we've turned on the ability to retrain our character, because now that I know more about the game and I feel more confident about my decisions, and we've gone through the effort of respecking or planning out a build for our character, now we need to respec. So, Hylor is the guy that you respec at, but you cannot respec unless you have that single tag turned on, and then he will have this. My companions and I need a good training. So we will come in and we will respec here. So, I wonder if I can fully redo everything. I do still like this portrait, so I think we are gonna keep going with that. I wonder if we actually get to do it from scratch. It looks like we are. That's pretty cool. So, Bard. We still want to go Beast Tamer Bard. Beast Tamer Bard. And we do get to fully respec. So, this is cool. So, that I think means we are going to go human this time around. Last time we went half-elf, and I do still think half-elf is good for this. But this build is pretty feat-heavy, right? It's really hungry to get more and more feats. So, we're basically trading +2 charisma versus an extra feat. Go ahead and take that. And then this is another thing that we talked about, right? I think this is very open on what our options are. But basically speaking, I'm gonna do, I think probably Divine Scholar for brewing potions, because I think that's cool. Yep. There are other good things like taking taking some of the regional stuff, like Diplomat would probably be pretty good for us. I think we're gonna do the brew potions. We'll see how that goes. Okay, down to 7 strength, up to 16 dex, 12 con, 12 int, 8 wisdom, and 20 charisma. Probably actually better to do something like that, honestly. Like, truth be told. Or something like that. But we're gonna go 20 charisma. Okay, and this is gonna be... Talked about this already. We're gonna go persuasion, use magic device. We're gonna go both knowledge, and we're gonna go trickery so that we don't always have to have Camellia or Woljif around. Although I think we're probably gonna have Camellia and Woljif around the majority of the time. It's just an option. And then we're gonna go mobility whenever we have extras. So we're gonna take... Go ahead and pull up build in the other side. So these are our freebies. Freebie-deebies. Right? We get lingering performance, and we get spell penetration. Or, sorry, we get spell focus enchantment. Okay. Oh. You brought me a waffle. Thank you, Mama. We get hideous laughter and and the whatever else you get doesn't really matter. Like cure light wounds or sleep is fine, right? Probably take cure light wounds first, but go Desna. Got it good. Most of what we did is not going to change too. Base. Not a lot of great options on this there. I don't even really remember customizing our character too terribly much last time. So beard. More of a reddish though. No war paint, no tattoo. Clothes color. Dark green clothing. With like reddish accents.
A mere flesh wound. So many thoughts.
Defeat is not an option.
I won't give up.
Everyone counts on.
Let's hear you cry. Are you still here?
Optimistic. We're going with Co. Oh, shit. Remember what I named myself, actually. All bad. Okay.
First served.
Sweet. Fantastic. Level. Okay, so we are going to do 20 levels of Beast Tamer Bard. I looked for other options, you know, like perhaps a dip in this or that, but overall I didn't find anything that I was particularly excited about. And there are cool things that we can get by going 20 in, so we're just going to play around with those things. We're going to go for 3 mobility right off the bat. So next up we want to take Spell Pen. Good. Taking like hypnotism here. It really doesn't matter at this point. We have the level 1 spells that we care about. And we're just dumping points into charisma. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so here we want things like heroism and things like Cacophonous Call. Cool. Trickery all the way up. And so here we want to go ahead and grab Superior Summoning. Very good. Spell-wise, we want to grab Cure Moderate Wounds. And here is our first Bard talent. And this is where we're going to take our first kind of scenario of like, oh, this is going to be weird. And that is we're going to take a combat trick and we're going to take our first teamwork feat. This is not going to be useful to us for a very long time. I say very long time, a little while, till about the end of chapter 2. But once we get to the end of chapter 2, it's going to be very worthwhile. So we're going to go ahead and take Outflank. So. Cool. Then we need... doesn't matter at this point. Whatever you want to take here. Blur for some defense would be cool. Cat's Grace to put on a dexterity person would be just fine. It's really whatever. I'll do something like Blur because I don't have very many defensive options in this build, truth be told. Bard. Very cool. At level 7, we're getting Greater Spell Pen, I believe. Then we are getting stuff like Unbreakable Heart. And, aha, level 3s. We're looking for stuff like Overwhelming Grief and Haste. Kind of our main. Then for our Mythic Rake, we're going to take Instrument of Freedom again. And we have the option of either taking Abundant Casting or we can take Ascendant Summons. I think either one is really, really good. But it's just a matter of, like, you know, whichever you go for. I think Abundant Casting allows for more stuff that you can do at the beginning. Ascendant Summons is really good, but I think we're going to go Abundant Casting. When we hit Mythic Rank 2, we're definitely going Ascendant Summons, though. Abundant Casting, complete. So that is our respec. I feel pretty good about it. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, bum, bum. Okay, so with that done, we're actually gonna go rest. Because this is right after Leper's Smile. They'll have a bunch of, like, really injured people. And we actually have a couple of people that have negative levels, so. So I could actually make a potion instead of doing something else. Need higher alchemy kits in order to do things like potions of haste. But that could be cool. I don't really think the potion feat mattered, by the way. It's just inconsequential. So might as well pick up something that we think is kind of cool. We might even grab Mythic Brew potions later on. I just don't know if it'll be something that we care about, that's interesting or not. I think we're just going to try to cook the moss pottage again. We can... right. We can do a lot of things. Do, like, Scrolls of Haste. Okay. And we wanted to do longer than 9 hours. That's my bad.
Upper echelons of society have been obliged to mix with such diverse rabble.
Just look upon it as a trip to a menagerie, my kind lady. I personally plan to regale my acquaintances with tales of this folly for years to come.
They're both bucks. Yeah, we still have negative levels. Ooh, that is a permanent negative level. Okay. Alright then. Well, I will need to... Make sure Camellia has... I say Camellia, but I think actually we have a restoration roll to use. Okay, let's get out of here. Kick. I think... Oh no, hold up. Yeah, I think we need to bring Dayron, because I think we're about to be at Dayron's place. Dayron's happy home. Yep, pretty close. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a quick save. Flip over to our peeps. We're just gonna leave them there. Thought this group did something more. Questionable. Alright, well. We march forward. We fight! Cultists. Or ghouls. Ah, this is fine. Not even worried about this. Okay. Expected a little bit more. That's a lot of cultists, I will say. There we go. That feels okay. Alright. Still, I think, want to take down the ghouls. Okay, ghouls incoming. Very nice. Low morale caused the clerics to... Oh, we have very low morale on the army. I forgot about that. Because of after the events of Leper's Smile. Right. Oof. That's no bueno. Okay. Get. Alright. Alright. Enough of that. Of course. Of course. Yeah, like hell. Like hell it is. That's bad. That's really bad. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty shite. We failed miserably. Damn. These cultists are like super resilient. Almost going to fully require my infirmary. Oof. Okay. That's actually really interesting to know that it replenishes even units that are fully lost. I actually assumed that it would not do that. I assumed if you fully lost a unit, it would just kill that unit entirely. So that's interesting. Um, and fortification. I kind of want to try to charge them. Don't know if this is going to work out or not. I'm assuming resistance to... Yeah, okay. Just start popping them, right? Yeah, absolutely we can. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no! Well then. I see they're strong. My god. Well. He said 2 could play at that game. And then he did. Damn, he slapped. Like, why he slapped so much? Why do we not? Introduction, perception. Ugh. Heal yourself. Smite this bitch. Damn. We do very low damage. Oh, I should have done the thing. Oh. Right. I mean, we still win. We're just gonna lose basically like everything. Oof. I could have healed. I should have healed. Let's heal. Oof. Probably we're gonna reload and not go there, because dear lord, that was horrendous. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they slap. Big redo. Big redo. Where's my wine? Get out of here, fly. Okay. What can we do instead? We can go for this little army. For this little army. Let's head for... Yeah. Let's pick on these little guys instead. This guy has fire resistance, so we don't want to use it on him. On the locust swarm. Nice. That guy. Choose that guy. Ouch. Go ahead and try to pop these cultist fires. Guys are strong. Gonna smite them and stand in front of them. Yeah, like that. Stupid guys. Out of here. I hate you. Oh, they panicked? Ah, shit. That's okay. We got this. This took a little bit of mana. Within losses within reason. Acceptable. Almost got a level 5. Very good. Thank you for the... Did you give me the bird waffle? Yeah. Nice. I just now realized that.
Asked for the waffle.
That's fair. We just fought for some salt mines. Wow. That's oh, wow. That's a thing. Okay. Cool. It is time for me to march. I'm gonna go inspect this inconspicuous camp. Changing group will take 6 hours. Gotcha. Trying to think if I want to bring Ninio right now instead of... I think we're fine. We're fine with Darren. Darren's cool enough. Huh.
I was never good at stealth, but I'll try.
What the fuck is happening here?
Beautiful.
Hey, buddy. The aged kobold sitting by the small campfire greets you with an amicable gesture. He doesn't reach for his weapon or hiss threateningly. All in all, his behavior is highly unusual for one of his kind. His clothes look quite unusual too. Not many kobolds opt for human clothing, nor do they adorn their possessions with spikes or scales. Greetings, my name is Krinilk. I am all alone here, so you may safely come closer. He speaks smoothly without the usual kobold hissing. Moving slightly aside, the kobold points to the carcass of a small animal on a stick roasting over the fire. Dinner will be ready soon. Whoa, never met a talking lizard before. Well, back in the River City we had a real dragon. You're a dragon too. Can you turn big? Flatter me, young lady. Many of my fellows give up everything to be dragons. Some even entertain themselves with fantasies of already being such. But I am proud to be what I am. A kobold. Nothing more, nothing less. Kobolds are rather courteous lot, it would seem. Never expected to receive an invitation to dinner from one of your kind, as a guest, rather than a dish, that is. Count? He note? What? I didn't exactly invite you, Count. My invitation was addressed to the commander, but sit down, help yourself. Beyond the walls of your fancy mansions, you'll find surprises far more unusual than my humble self. Oh, right. The letter. Was it you who left me that note? Of course. Who else could it be? I wanted to make sure you were interested in the information I can provide. Who are you? As I have already mentioned, my name is Krennic, at your service. The kobold offers a short bow, an unusual gesture for one of his kind to make. As a rule, kobolds do not express their respect to anyone other than dragons. I am a traveler and friend to the crusade. I can be your friend too, if you are tolerant towards kobolds. Long as they're not attacking me. Krennic utters the word tolerant with shocking ease, as if he is something other than the narrow-minded and savage subterranean beast you expect him to be. Kobolds are infamous for worshipping dragons and despising all other races, and few of them would even understand the concept of tolerance, let alone to subscribe to it. The Crusade has unusual friends, but even I haven't met anyone like you before. I'll be glad to see a kobold in our ranks. Tila smiles amiably. Oh no, don't get me wrong. I have no intention of marching with the Crusader ranks. Still, I hope that my humble assistance is used to you. Wait, what did you just say? Tolerant, or I didn't say that. What are you cooking? Judging by its ears and hind legs, it's a hare. The kobold casts a dubious glance at the animal's mouth, which boasts a set of huge teeth, or maybe it's a tiger. Depends on your point of view, I suppose. Don't try to be cute, kobold. It doesn't suit you. I thought it did. Mean, Camellia. Minnie, I'm as charming as they come. What do you want from me? I want nothing from you. I ask for nothing. I'm simply offering help. I sympathize with your cause, so I like to provide whatever support I can from time to time. That works. The kobold stops and looks at you expectantly. How exactly can you help me? With advice, mostly. Throughout my life, I've seen a lot. A piece of timely advice can be extremely valuable, don't you agree? Of course, if your advisor is a kobold, the merits are not so obvious, but you're in luck. This kobold right here has extensive knowledge of a variety of matters that you may find useful someday. Bless you. After some thought, he nods towards the campfire. One more thing I have to offer is this hare, after it's cooked. What's the catch? No catch. I am acting for wholly altruistic reasons, but my motives are something I would rather not reveal. Krennic turns his face to you, and his wrinkles become more visible in the glow of the fire. We just met 5 minutes ago. Don't you think it's too early to expect complete candor just yet? No. Complete candor from the very beginning. As I've already told you, I'm a friend of the Crusade. You can choose to trust me, or you can leave. Oh, you're gonna fight. I offer help and ask for nothing in return, so the question is simple. Will you accept the claw of friendship from a stranger, or is your distrust stronger than your need for help? How do you know so much about demons? I've had some experience with them. I don't want to go into the details right now. All I'm saying is that after a rather short and not even hostile encounter with them, I stopped eating meat for several years. Sure, thank you. We'd appreciate any help. Krennic nods agreeably. Then we have a deal. You won't regret your decision. Just drop by my camp every now and then so we can have a word. Perhaps I'll be able to give you some useful tips. Pulling out a small knife, the traveler carefully cuts off 2 strips of meat from the roasted hare. He throws one into his toothy maw, then graciously offers you the other. Strange animal for sure, but it seems edible. The energies of the world wound mask everything in illusion. Harmless-looking animals try to eat you for dinner. Dangerous paths appear to be straight roads, and your enemies. Sometimes your enemies can be like your friends. Krennic squints and looks deeply into your eyes. Have you ever been in a situation like this? First, you think a person is your friend and ally, and then the scales fall from your eyes, and you realize they are actually your sworn enemy? So, you catch this person, you tie them up, and then you start thinking. How should you treat them? Like your enemy? Like your former friend? It's hard to decide. What would you do if one of your friends turned out to be a traitor? Every traitor must be executed. There's no other way. That's rough. Those who have lost their way must be saved. We need to help them return to the path of righteousness. Did some cleric tell you that? Or have you ever seen even one of those who return to the path of righteousness? Stop listening to others and use your head. Not talking about children here. The decision to collaborate with demons is a little different from yanking on the family cat's tail. To make such a decision, a person would have to be a truly vile scumbag. Just where do you people get this beautiful naivete from? I don't know, like, you can be swayed, you can be seduced, like, you take Staunton Bane, right? That kind of scenario. Did he know she was a demon from the beginning? I don't think he did. I think she appeared to him as an ordinary person. You know, and then just gave him bad advice, really bad advice. You know? Something in Krennic's voice sounds merciless, like cold steel. You catch a traitor, grab them and shake them till they spill everything they know. Some need to be tortured. Others will crack if you threaten their family or bribe them with promises of mercy and gold. Wring the traitor dry like a rag mop. And think about war, not about ethics. At least that's what smart people write in their books. The fervor fades from the kobold's voice, but subtle glints still flicker in his eyes. I really worked up there. Who, me? Not at all. You say that you're like you're an expert on kobolds, as if you can intuit our deepest feelings and emotions. I am not I'm not convinced. Was I trying to convince you? I was just stating my opinion. Then again, if we're discussing traitors, it's fortunate that betrayal is not reserved for mortals alone. Demons stab each other in the back far more frequently. The rumor is that there are at least 2 demon stashes within Dresden, filled with arms and supplies that were stolen by Discarites from Baphomets and vice versa. One of them is near the entrance to the fortress. Alright, here we get some information. While another one lies by the entrance to the citadel. Where did you learn that? Gossip, hearsay. The world is an ocean of chatter, and I'm quite a skilled fisherman. That is valuable information. Of course it is. I wouldn't waste your time. Cracking his knuckles, Krennic gives you an inquisitive look. I hope that when the time comes for you to make a real decision instead of hypothetical ones, your wisdom won't fail you. This one bad choice can turn a revered leader into a disgraced pariah. I've seen it happen before. I lived through something like that. My tribe suffered a disaster caused by one bad choice. Can you even imagine? The kobold squints sadly, his shoulders slumping a bit. With a sigh, he begins to talk. I don't like telling this story, but it might be useful for you to know it. Perhaps it will serve as a warning. Sure. Krennic clears his throat and starts talking in a sonorous voice that reveals his experience as a bard. Okay, so he's a bard. Cool. Oh, wine. I was born into the mighty and proud tribe of the Night Ruby. Our caves were vast, our mine shafts were rich in quartz and metals, and our underground lakes were brimming with fish. And of course, we had plenty of slaves. The Night Ruby was a model of kobold success. It was a tight-knit, greedy, and aggressive tribe that intimidated even a few of the nearby human settlements. But there was a flaw underlying our power. Once, long ago, a leader of our tribe signed a pact with devils, promising them the soul of every tribe member in exchange for help and prosperity. Since then, every new All-Watcher had to agree to the pact, and the power of the tribe grew, as did the number of lost souls. It was like that until our leader, Urmak, came to power. He was a principled and proud elder who didn't want to bend the knee to hell, so she refused to sign the pact, and all kinds of calamities befell our tribe. The tribe was attacked by its neighbors at the devil's instigation. Epidemics broke out. Then our slaves rebelled. They came after their former masters in the dead of night. Our clutches of eggs were ravaged, our altars were desecrated, and our warriors were slain in their burrows. The slaves paid us in full for our cruelty and arrogance. They hunted us, chasing us down through the caves and mine shafts level by level. When we were finally left alone, we had no idea where we were. All we saw around us was darkness, and lurking in that darkness, bloodthirsty and dangerous predators. After raising his voice dramatically, Krennic suddenly stops. Then he adds with a teasing smile, I think this moment is enough of a cliffhanger to stop there. I'd like to know more about you. I'm flattered, but what's so special about me? I've never accomplished any feats on the battlefield, I don't know any special crafts, and I don't even belong to an exotic species. I don't have the slightest idea what you find so interesting about me. Who are you? You... A traveling bard, and I can already foresee your next question. How does a bard, who also happens to be a kobold, manage to earn a living? All the civilized races of Avestan know that when you encounter a kobold, the best course of action is to smash its skull, trample it with a horse, then burn the remains just in case. Wow, that's a... Whoa! Well, the prejudice that civilized people have regarding my kind is quite understandable. Our infamy as robbers and murderers is more than deserved. So, just imagine the spectacle in any tavern when an articulate kobold in decent clothes shows up, offering to share a story or two for a few coin and a mug of ale. I assure you, no matter how big of a deal you are, if we drop by any tavern in Andoran, all eyes will be on me. I'm an exotic oddity. Fair enough. Why did you come here to the Worldwound? I just don't like it when the residents of the lower planes get involved in the lives of mortals. I firmly believe that we don't need any advisors to help us handle our own affairs, and we need overlords even less. Different from over there. Yeah.
So, you were expecting this stupid kobold to praise dragons?
Yeah, that's about right, and boast about his exploits. Krennic grins mischievously. My life has given me many opportunities to communicate with beings from other races. I found a common language with them. I have my suspicions about you. Here we go. I come in friendship, and right away I'm distrusted. So what is it that's got you worried? Your words are full of mysterious omissions. What can I say? I'm a kobold of many secrets and contradictions. My mouth shut and the rest of the world at arm's length. It's just my nature. I can't help it. Question about demons. You mentioned how you know a lot about them. What is the demon's main weakness? The fact that they are hostages to their own nature, and by their nature, demons are just a bunch of mad apes, a grotesque parody of ordinary chaos. You don't need to make a bunch of apes angry, you just give one of them a banana and arm the other with a stick. They will kill each other without your direct intervention. That's one of the things that keeps them from destroying everything else. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? What are you doing, lippin' dippin'? Doing, Odie Bodie? Are you bothering her? How do you know so much about demons? We already heard that. Do you know anything about wounds inflicted by demons that first appear, then disappear, and later reappear again? Do I need to resort to platitudes such as the weirdest tricks can be expected from demons, or can I just skip that part? I've never heard of anything like you're describing, but new sorts of nasty stuff appear in the Worldwound every day. However, if we think about it some more, don't you think that this wound doesn't cause enough trouble to be something the demons did to you on purpose? When you're hit by magic of the abyss, you know instantly that death is coming your way, and fast. Have you heard about my unusual powers? I heard you're either extremely lucky or quite the opposite. You survived the massacre in a Canabras just to spearhead a new suicide mission. On the other hand, you survived then, and most likely you will survive now. Good luck in this noble endeavor. Okay, great. Cool. More Elven manuscripts. Krennic. That's an interesting
See what we can do.
individual. Go ahead and quick save so we don't run into a... Oh, all the perception checks. Wait, where's land? What? Land failed a perception check. Land rolled a 1. Fuck that. Fuck that, lippin' dippin'. We don't play that shit. We don't play that shit around here. Oh, maybe we do.
Beautiful.
Can't hide from me.
Ah. Wand of Dimension Door Mass. 10 charges, caster level 7. That seems useful.
Let's see what we can do.
Although now... Game loaded. Okay, gotcha. Rolled a 19. He has a 23, so... Failing a perception check on land, I feel like, is... That's just unacceptable. Plus 23. Okay, where to now? Shallow grave. Ah, fatigue. We rest. Does not have the ability to do that, so there. He has a plus 10. Camouflage. Actually put... What is this skill? Stealth. We don't have a good stealther. Aside from land, so... That... We'll have Dayren. Nope. Dayren assist. Plus 2. All spudge. Sure. Okay. Begin resting. Fingers crossed. Here comes Count Arenday, now intimately familiar with all the delights of life on the march. Well, Count, how are you finding answering nature's call in the bushes? Probably fine. All a matter of degree, my scaled friend. I feel quite disposed towards the bushes when they are not trying to eat, that is. You okay, Mama? Okay. Just dying? That's fair. She just dying. Okay, success, success, success. Success. Perception check failed. Rolled a 5. I hate missing perception checks. They just shouldn't tell me. Or there should be like an option to like turn it off, you know? Hey, there we go. Heaven's Edge. Were we supposed to talk to what's his butt before we headed this direction? Is Dayren Lightling? Just gotcha. All right, cool. Oh. It's all Right.
My not so numerous, but nonetheless dearest guests. About a year ago at my last birthday party, I assured you all that I nurtured a deep-seated hatred for boring people who give protracted speeches in the misplaced belief that their inner thoughts are of any interest to anyone but themselves. Now I am a whole year older and also a full-fledged crusader, an honorable position that requires me to be as dull, pedantic, and vexing as I possibly can. Therefore, a speech it is.
I do enjoy Dayron. Uh,
The revered cleric Nestrin, my guardian and tutor, often told me that those who live a sinful life may expect to join the abyssal hordes after they die. This is why their path is the most despicable of all. A part of their soul may return to Mendev in the abominable form of a demonic invader.
okay.
Every time we see a demon, we might as well think about it. What if this wretched creature used to be your great-great-grandfather? What if certain parts of this pointy-tailed beauty used to belong to your pious cousin? They say that the demons represent the sins of the souls they are made of. Succubi emerge out of lustful souls. Vandals turn into Abracandilu. Gluttons become Nabasu. I, for one, am determined to commit as many different sins as possible, so that the distributive mechanism of the abyss breaks when it tries to decide what to do with my soul.
That's funny. That's actually quite funny. Alright.
You, my dearest guests, will be my assistants in this complicated task. Eat, drink, and indulge yourselves in whatever vices you can. Let nobody leave this house as righteous as they entered it. Live every day like it's your last. After all, nobody knows when that day will arrive, do they?
Wow. Aaron smirks, finishes his wine, and tosses the glass to the ground. Leotir Hawkblade. How interesting. Did you find anything interesting? Nothing really. I just took note of a few things. I attempted to find out whether anything unusual or mysterious has happened to the Count over the last 10 years. During my conversations with his acquaintances, 2 people noted that he never speaks of the revered Nestrin, the priest of Iomedae, who was his guardian and tutor. Yet he just mentioned Nestrin in this speech, whatever that might mean. You told me that you tried to find out if anything odd had happened to Dayron over the last 10 years. Some of his servants complained about strange occurrences in the house, like objects moving by themselves or candles going out. Of course, that could simply be a figment of their imagination. It is also very well known that the Count often invites various spellcasters to entertain him and encourages them to use their magic in mischievous ways. Practically, the whole Mendev knows the story about the 3 drunk wizards and their teleportation race across the roofs of Canabras after a party at the Count's house. That sounds like a great time. What I'm trying to say here is that any fluctuations in residual magic at his house are not at all surprising. There was the matter of the abduction, however. A gang of bandits kidnapped the Count hoping for a ransom, but the only reward they got was death. Afterwards, the Count told everyone that he had hired the bandits himself as a joke. The other mercenary squad that freed him and executed the bandits was also in his employ. Nobody really wanted to delve too deep into this case after confirming the identities of those wretched cutthroats, but there was one disturbing fact about it all, and I don't mean the Count's bizarre idea of fun. The mercenaries who supposedly freed him had also cut off the bandits' heads after they had already killed them. Their heads were cut off. You mean the bandits who attacked Dayron? Yes. Perhaps I wouldn't have even noticed this detail had I not visited Heaven's Edge right after the tragic incident. I remember that we also found several headless bodies, both of guests and demons. We thought they had been decapitated during the fight. Interesting. What do we need to do, Inquisitor? Now that's the hardest part. I need to dive deep into the past of this place, which requires casting several different spells over some time. It would be very convenient for me if nobody interrupted the process, especially the Count himself. I don't think he remembers my face, but a suspicious stranger casting unknown spells might attract his attention. All in all, what I want you to do is distract the master of the house. Right now he is playing host in the very place I'd like to start with. So how did I distract him? I don't know. Maybe your companions can assist you somehow. Or you can take a look around. Perhaps there's something that can help us. Good luck. Come back to me when the Count leaves. I will tell you everything I managed to find out, and maybe even show you something. Alrighty then. I can use wine to distract the to distract him. Nice. Okay.
Let's see what we can do.
Sela, Lan, Daren. Alright, so he's up there. We need him elsewhere. Gotcha. Social. Imagine how lovely this manor must have been before the war. I yearned to set up my in one of the pleasant little alcoves and paint to my heart's content. Regil. I don't want to talk to Daren just yet. I adore this estate. So much beauty. So many quiet nooks. I bet you do, Amelia. I fucking bet you do. This estate could be remade into a formidable defensive outpost. It would be expropriated for the sake of war effort, and the owners compensated after victory is secured.
Got this one.
Looks like the building was reconstructed several times. Interesting. Well, this is gonna be a big ass place, isn't it?
Can't make the demons wait. Is that a trap?
Land perception check. Nice. There's a hidden cache inside the wall. You can see a keyhole among the decoration.
Beautiful.
Oh, this is a stash. Interesting. Clear purpose. Aware to cast healing spells without provoking attacks of opportunity. They also grant a +2 bonus on concentration. That's freaking neat. Like a good one there.
Let's see what we can do.
Okay, cool. That's pretty cool.
Here we go.
Buddy boy, you snoring so hard. Oh. Guy who called us to save the count. Cool. He's still employed by the count. That's interesting. I don't like it in here. The party is stupid. Aw, Ember, I'm sorry. Psychological premise for mortals. Mortals' attraction to sites of mass murder or gluttony. Article from my encyclopedia should I focus on?
I can handle
That's a good question, Ninio. I do not know.
Can't make the demons wait.
Elemental essence. Or sealed and looks like it hasn't been opened in a very long time. Or sealed and looks like it hasn't been opened in a very long time.
Beautiful.
Alright, we have navigated around. Need some more wine. Alright, Dayron. Let us begin. Dayron, who has been watching the guests with an unreadable expression, turns his head to you and says in a casual tone, like he's continuing a conversation that was interrupted, I've always considered myself an aesthetic. Every single time I've never heard this pronounced.
Aesthete.
An aesthete. That is not how I would have thought. I've always considered myself an aesthete, not a hero. When doomsday comes, I thought I'd pour myself a glass of 100-year-old wine, sit in a front row, and just watch the world burn. Playing the violin was also an option. Now I'll be damned if I know how I ended up in the Fifth Crusade. How did I become the companion of a hero chosen by Iomade? Sometimes the most casual occurrences dictate our fate's course. I'm afraid that is not always the case. Sometimes it is dictated by alien but wholly deliberate forces. Aha! We're about to get deeper into this whole shtick and Heaven's Edge, and my eye is burning, and this video is going long. So, that's going to be the end of this video. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around. We're going to keep playing. If you're watching on YouTube, hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.